let's move it. Let's progress.
Nigerian workers, articulate Nigerian workers, conscious Nigerian workers. Our people united
can never be defeated.
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 Comrades, just approach gently so that we will take the break here before we move to the National Assembly. When the legislation to the workers' push and run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. It will come from activities that the people say to one. Let's fight for solidarity. We can break down home to powers.
We should go back. Let's go back.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Victory. There is victory for us. Victory. There is victory for us. In the struggle of our nation, there is victory for us. Forward, ever, backward, never. In the
Please, go back. Press. Go back. Let's go back, please. Go back. Sorry, please.
Media back. Media should go back.
Media back. Hey, listen.
Please. We appreciate you. Please give them space. Please give them space.
Zoom, please. Back.
Please, just back a bit. Please. We are pleading. Sorry, we are pleading, please. We are pleading, please. It's okay like this.
We know that the Asuu president is here. We know that Nan's president is here. We are aware that Senator Shehu Sani is here. We are aware that Abuja Nlc is here.
Why are you people pushing us coming from the jail? They are pushing coming from the jail. Please.
Cameraman, there's a camera. Other people like you don't need a camera so that to put their mouth. So calm down.
They should climb the bed.
Congress, we promise you that at one junction, we promise you at the takeoff that at this particular junction you will hear from Sanu, you will hear from Asuu, and then when we proceed further, you will hear from Nans, and you will hear from our civil society brothers and not. So at this juncture, it is my single honor to welcome with a thunderous round of applause for President of Sanu to give us his 2 minutes inspirational talk. Former President. Greetings, Nigerian workers! Greetings, Nigerian workers! Greetings, Nigerian students! Greetings of the greatest of the greatest! Our global president, President Ayuba, our most distinguished comrades that are here. We have heard it from the president of Asuu. The story is long, but we shall try to tell it. We must try to tell you why we have to come this long and this far. Aside from the issues that he has raised, you need to understand that the university is a community. It has in it the teaching, the non-teaching, and our greatest stakeholders, the students. There cannot be any university to function effectively without our students. And our students require the best. And what they need is that they should be taught, they should be guided to undertake researches, and the university also extends community services. If you look at these 3 core mandates, these are the things that the university staff do. Now, beyond the issue of welfare of staff, you also need to understand that if you go to any university community, there are people who undertake businesses. You can just imagine the number of taxi drivers that have become poorer. You can imagine the number of caterers who run our cafeterias, how they have become poorer, including even the young boys that get what to eat within the university community. Now, this is 13 years between 2009 and now. We've had agreements, the 4 university-based unions, we've signed agreements, and in that agreement, there is a portion where it says that after every 3 years, we must renegotiate. We must come back to the table. We must look at issues as they are. Now, 13 years down the ladder, it is one story
to another. For us, we are not even as lucky as our big brother Asuu. All the previous committees that have had to discuss with these committees, Shehu Sani and Nat never had the opportunity of dialoguing, of bargaining, of discussing and renegotiating with these committees, because we've been sidelined. We've been treated like second-hand clothing. We have been sent to the backgrounds. This is not the time to take it. This is democracy. Democracy is about the people. Democracy is about the power of the people. And therefore, we must make sure that government stand on its feet. These agreements must be respected. Universities must take a universal look. We must have the best of our brains. We must have our teachers, lecturers, members of staff, academic, non-academic, junior, senior, security. Everybody is important. And therefore, government must rise up to the occasion. Government must respect its signed agreements, and that this idea of divide and rule must not continue. The issue of IPs is no longer news to you. IPs has made everybody in the university community poorer. VCs are paid salaries of drivers, registrars are paid salaries of cleaners, and so on and so forth. What you get today, you don't know what you get tomorrow. And that is why we are challenged. We have come up with our solutions. The U3PS is there. The UTAS is there. We are ready to work together. We will give them the best. We will not continue to rely on foreigners. This is Nigeria. This is our common patrimony. We must come together. We must fight. We must emancipate our people. The universities must come back to work. Our students should go back to classrooms. Our hostels should look decent. In our hostels today, you see 12, 20 students given official accommodation space. This can no longer continue. Gentlemen, the security has become something else. Our people, lecturers, teachers, everybody. No one is saving the university community. This money is going to the community. Pick people at will, and we have to make do with payment of ransoms. This cannot continue. Distinguished comrades, I call on you. Please support the university. NLC, we say kudos to you. Ayuba, you have done the best. The greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian students! Thank you, and thank you very much from Sanu. Thank you, Comrade President. We will take the voice of a mother and then we proceed to the National Assembly. The voice of Comrade Obi.
Center.
They want her at the center.
Yes.
Remind how you command their mom to come to the center.
The president of the Nigerian Congress.
Please.
Fellow compatriots, distinguished comrades, this is a big day in Nigeria, and I want to congratulate each and every one of you have come here for a reason. If you have your children at home for 4 months, adults for 5 months, adults for 51 months, for 55 months, then you know what you are talking about. Investment in education is the greatest investment in any nation.
Yes.
If you are investing in education, you are not doing anybody a favor. You are investing in the human capital for your economy. You are preparing the future of the land. What is happening now is a failure of a generation. It's not we that have failed, but the leaders have failed. It's a failure of a generation. And so I want to call on the president of Nigeria, who is always shocked. It's nothing in this land.
He's always shocked.
He's always shocked when there is insecurity. Who is shocked when children are at home? I want to tell you something. Most of the universities in the world are being maintained by the money of you and I because of the looted funds that they are taking from our treasury. Why would you take the ladder off from those who prepared you? The children of the poor, most of those who are in government today, were products of the public universities. We have the greatest universities, the greatest facilities in the world. And now we are letting it go. Before I left school, and I can tell you that I know what this is, because I was once a student union president. I know what it is to be 101. I know what it is to be 000. They remove subsidies, they call so-called subsidies. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress is here. You say you're removing subsidies. What are you talking about as a subsidy? I was in the Nigerian Labour Congress. I started my work life from the Nigerian Labour Congress. There is nothing like subsidy. What kind of government is it that has 4 refineries, gigantic refineries, and they are not refining? You go to Niger and you refine and you bring it back, and you tell the people of Nigeria that you are indeed paying subsidies. They are paying into the church. I want to remind everybody, I want to remind the politicians that there is only one way out of this country. There is only one way out of this life. That nobody is living this life. They are looting the economy, and you are building streets, not even houses. And you are building it when you die. You see people under 6 feet. The politicians are betting the world. They are looting the economy and denying so many Nigerians of the things that they need to have. Solidarity, our children are at home. Our children are at home. I know what it is to be a woman, as a mother, and also so many girls within this month that are at home. Many girls have gone into Islam, become very vulnerable. Both the men and females, before they get back now, women are pregnant and so on and so forth. You know, so many girls. We have insecurity, gender-based violence that is going on, nobody is saying something. If you cannot talk and resign,
Congress, we are going to the National Assembly, but we need to get instructed on how things work there. And no better person to do that before we move than our own distinguished Senator, Comrade Shehu Sani. Greetings, Nigerian workers. Greetings, Nigerian lecturers. Fellow students. Fellow compatriots. I must first. Sorry, sir. I must first start by expressing my commendation.
Chairman, you are blocking us. Hello. Please, either you go down.
This is the first time in the history of Nigeria where the Nigerian Labour Congress has openly solidarized with the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the Nigerian students. This solidarity is unprecedented in the history of Nigeria. We are here to save the future of our country. We are here to save the future of public education. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is a beneficiary and a product of public education. The Vice President is a beneficiary and product of public education. The governors of the 36 states were beneficiaries and products of public education. The senators, the members, House of Reps and state assemblies and local government chairmen, and people holding position of authority in Nigeria today were product and beneficiaries of public education. Why do you want to destroy what has made you what you are today? It is shameful that a nation with a budget of 16 trillion naira cannot allocate a substantial sum to reactivate, to fund our university system. Where we are today, we are here because our educational system has failed. Why should our leaders
who have been products of these services now turn back against Nigerians. These protests should be the beginning of a mass action to force the political establishment, the bourgeoisie, to do what is necessary. And that is to fund public education as much as they are funding the education of their children and grandchildren. We have seen how public funds are being spent in billions during weddings and birthday ceremonies. It is not true for anybody to say there is no enough money for our university.
Yes.
If the son and the daughter of the poor cannot go to school, the son and the daughter of the rich cannot live in peace. I and all men of conscience in Nigeria should continue to identify with the Nlc, with Asuu, with non-academic staff union, with all affiliate staff union, to ensure that pressure is not just built but is sustained until the demands of our university system is met. Thank you very much.
Please, 3 votes for Senator Sani. Because it wasn't loud enough, you get insecticide instead of perfume. That's the quotable quote from Senator Sani. Those of you that need insecticide are out there. We need perfume here. Comrades, now we'll hear from the non-academic staff in the universities. Let's find out whether their own children are schooling abroad. Comrade President of Asuu. Greatest Nigerian workers. Unbeatable Nigerian workers. Greatest Nigerian students. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. Great. I want to start by thanking the Nigerian Labour Congress for this wonderful work and arrangement. I want to place on record and before the press that the Nigerian Labour Congress is not here to solidarize with us. This is a strike wholly owned by the Nigerian Labour Congress. Because all the affiliates in the universities are members of the Nigerian Labour Congress.
The General Secretary, why is okay?
And the General Congress has done something unique now. For us in the university system to learn that there is no division. We are here in one line. Asuu, Nasu, Sanu, Nat. We are together. The government has tried in the past to do what we call divide and rule. They will say, Asuu, you come and take 100 million. Nasu, you take 1 million, and we start fighting ourselves. That must stop. And before we go to government anytime, because of this that the Nigerian Labour Congress has done, we ought to meet on our various campuses so that we come as one. And our slogan now is a people united can never be defeated. So we'll make sure that in the university system we'll fight as one. Now, if you talk about funding, it affects all of us. I have 2 children in the university that are now at home. The strike is equally affecting me. So once we say yes, let us go on strike, we'll meet together and we'll decide together. Now we're talking of 2009 agreement. You can all believe that this is an agreement that we all accepted together, that every 3 years it will be renewed. And look at the number of years we have today, yet the government is still reluctant to do the review. And that is why the NLC is here with us. The U3PS that we have done is now a challenge. If you say OTAS is not good enough, how about U3PS? If you say U3PS is not good enough, how about if they merge them and they become one? So we are going to work as one. Comrade President, my GS, Nlc, we thank you for this move. And we are going to work with you. We are listening to your dictates and we work until what we call, there's a popular saying that for a bad future not to happen, we have to cripple fast. We must work together and weed them out like undesirable elements and send them to no man's land. Thank you very much.
Greatest Nigerian workers! Overconscious Nigerian students! Congress, we will move now because the Parliamentary Staff Union President is here and he knows the route to National Assembly because most of us will read out, so we don't know the road to that place. Congress Person President, let me see you. Because he's a very tall person, so you can't miss him. So, Congress, will continue our march.
And staying behind the banner.
There will still be opportunity for other key leaders to speak. I see Comrade Sowore here, former SUG president of Unilag. I see several SUG presidents here, even though Comrade Ene is senior to Sowore. So we keep moving, and the young will come. This is the man I said you will follow. This is Person President. He is as tall as they can be. So when you see him in front, you will know that that is the northern side that we are following. But let everybody be behind the banner. Let everybody be behind the banner. Because they are renovating the National Assembly gate, so there are some active ways we follow. So follow the leadership. And then you not fall into a ditch. Defeated. A people united can never be defeated. Hold your hands together. Hold your hands together. Please be on a straight line. If your line is forward than this motto, that means you are above my line. Be on a straight line before this vehicle. Before this vehicle, hold your hands together. Our comrades on the other side, fall back, please, fall back. Please, our comrades on the other side seated, can we come down? A people united cannot be defeated.
We are downstairs to see our team downstairs.
Greatest Nigerian workers! Articulate Nigerian workers! Ever conscious Nigerian workers! Our leaders are here. And very soon, the speaking truth to power. Isolated! 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 Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Nigerian workers, can we give them our energy? Let's take our own workers' anthem. All the leaders can capture us from here. So we plead for you to allow the leadership that will speak to be up this way.
They said you should go down.
No, once you just take the crowd.
Nobody claps from the gate. Okay.
Let me just take this one.
Nobody see. Go down. Sorry.
But without a friend, I was not a single way to talk. We can break the hearts in powers. Get a freedom when we land. That you know. In our houses, place and power, greater than the whole the gold, greater than a might of armies, magnified 1,000-fold. We can bring to battle the world from the ashes of the earth. Father, you know, makes us strong. Solidarity, solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. For the union makes us strong. Victory, there is victory for us. There is victory for us. In the struggle of our nation, there is victory for us. Forward ever, backward never. In the struggle for America, there is victory. Aluta Contelo, Aluta, Aluta, Aluta Contelo, Victory, Victoria, Asata, Victoria, Asata, Victoria, 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 Asata. Education, education must be free. Education must be free. Education, education, education must be free. Greatest Nigerian students, ever conscious Nigerian students, one baba. One cuckoo, one chichi, greatest for the greatest, for the greatest, for the greatest. Comrades, we have come, and when we come, the become will become. Maybe so. Comrades, we have most of our leadership here. We have moved peacefully across the city, and now we are where the boys we sent to come and speak for us are resident. It is called the National Assembly. Those we sent on island are here. They will listen to us. Not be so? Not be so? Any students that had lectures yesterday, raise your hand.
No one.
If you know you didn't have any lecture for the past 3 months, raise your hand. Yes. Comrades, those that have our flag that shows our struggle, raise the flag. If you have our messages in the placards, raise the placards along the flag. Comrades who must speak both to the air, the land, and the sea. They must hear our voice today. Greatest Nigerian worker! Comrades, we have the president, ever conscious president. The president, Igbo people will call him Osinawata Uwezi. Yoruba will call him Omoba, and Hausa will call him Tiny Saraki. That is called English Hausa, because they didn't allow me to complete my course. Asuu is on strike, I couldn't complete my course. So I will go back to the UK to complete my BSc in Hausa. No be so?
That's so.
That is it. The president of Nlc is here. And if you know him, you will know him as the young man who taught the education minister what his work should be.
So commerce, in this time that people are wasting their time on TikTok and sharing X-rated discussions, this young man has done his research even when there were no open libraries. The president of NANS is one we are proud to have at this point in time in our national history, because the young people have been battered enough. They have told us they were not interested in their future, which we knew was a lie. Because that future is being destroyed by ancient men that move in the night. Witches and wizards that move at night. They were told that we should burn our candles at night reading book. Then they burn lanterns going for a village meetings. At this juncture, the president of National Association of Nigerian Students, for the first time in over a decade, will address a combined gathering of parents and students. Comrade NANS President, the floor is yours. Thank you so much. 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 Let me start by saying this. I'm not impressed with the turnout of Nigerian students in this protest. I must confess. To our parents, NSC, TUC, and all other organizations here, sincerely, on behalf of over Nigerian students, we appreciate your singular honor for coming out because of our future at this critical time. We appreciate you. Today, I will give the floor for the president of NSC and the president of Asuu. I want to say this. We have said enough. Enough is enough. We have met series of leaders on this issue. I was in this National Assembly to meet the Senate President on this particular issue. Promises upon promises. What we need is results. We want our university to be open. Thank you and God bless you. Greatest Nigerian students! Articulate Nigerian workers! Have you ever seen a calmer NANS president than this young man? No. Have you ever had a more precise speech than this one? No. Because they say a word. And wise men listen and get what? Wiser. They get wiser. And foolish people hear it and they get more stupid. So what we have come with today are words of wisdom. And the young man has set the pace. We are moving to a group in the university community that handles technology. When they tell you IP, sometimes when they say IPs and they think say na when person dey piss for bus stop. Does IPs mean pissing at the bus stop? No. It means pissing on our salaries. Yes. IPs means pissing on our salaries, right? Yes. But there are people that handle technology in the universities. Yes. And they are called the National Association of Academic Technologists. So if you are doing wuru-wuru with World Bank IPs, these are some of the people that will help us prepare. What did they call urine for your language? You don't forget. Lecturers go lecture us here today. But this president is the president of the National Association of Academic Technologists in Nigeria.
and they are part of those that they are trying to strangulate with hunger. That they've kept their salaries, they are not paying them. Even though we try to pump him this morning with some fuel, so that he'll be able to reach here. So, Comrade President, the floor is yours.
Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest students! We want to first and foremost thank the leadership of NLC, heavily led by our global president, Comrade Ayuba, for this noble act to draw the attention of government to what has been happening for the past 5 months. I've spent more than 20 of my years in the education sector, and we have never had it this way. It has gotten to a point where the laboratories, the studios, the workshops are being turned to classrooms because there are no equipment to teach the students the art of practicals. You will agree with me that this strike action is legitimate. Our strike action is not illegal, and workers have a right to protest, to draw the attention of government to their actions and inactions. We have had bailouts to the aviation sector. We have had bailouts to other sectors. Why the negligence on the education sector? Because no country can develop more than the educational level of the citizens. Comrades, for the past 5 months, the universities have been shut down. All the university-based unions are on strike. Till date, for 5 months, government has not found it or deemed it necessary to make an offer to our unions. What a shame! 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 It is a shame. No wonder today we have over 100 private universities in Nigeria. All of us attended public primary schools. We attended public primary schools. Today, they want to bring down the university and public secondary schools. Will you agree? Will you agree? We are here to say that government has listened to us. Government has put the needful. We are infected. We are involved. We are critical stakeholders. Our children are at home, and we know what it means. So please, we want to ask, we want to demand that government must do the needful. Government must act proactively and immediately to bring back our children, our students back to school. To bring our children back to school. Thank you. Thank all of you for turning out. Thank you very much.
Please, true solidarity must have. Don't fall for ground, though. Education minister don't lie down for ground, though. Labor minister they somersault for ground, though. When we get to their going, if they are going, they might carry more money. If they are going, they might carry more money. Make we hold them now, make them solve the problem. Greatest Nigerian workers. We're going to get one papa to talk.
one pikin go talk, no be so? Because na family problem in this thing. We have with us the president of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, another set of youths where they pick from window. To open door na problem. So as he don't pick from window, they no gree open door. Make him tell us how he dey feel for that window side.
Today is the tomorrow. We are taking our country this time around. We force them. We force our leaders to do the right thing. We will reset this nation. You guys are tired. No job. No food. We are tired. No education for 5 years. Where students at home, what they say from them, not to join cultism, banditry, killing and other things. That's why security issue is alarming. If we have a responsible leader, no good leader will allow students to be at home. Our leaders are not responsible. I start to say it. They are not responsible. We will take our country.
When I see the problem for my country, water running down me Asuu. When I see my pikin for house, water running down me Asuu. Greatest Nigerian worker. Always, you know, there are some stories you hear. You will wish that it was malaria dream you were having. Then you go say, make you wake up, say, God forbid, I thank God say na dream. But every God forbid that thank say that is say na dream for Nigeria na reality. So you don't know how to start. I look at young men and I imagine myself when I was a Malabite. If I could have stayed at home for 4-5 months for the greatest Malabite. Plenty of action. You know, Comrade talked about people getting pregnant. That time there were no condoms. Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian students! Comrades, when you discuss Nigerian problems, you just in our universities was and his only track record is that he went to school. You can't have a minister handling any ministry without thorough interrogation by the assembly to verify what they are. So please, I want you to make sure that you get at least 10 people around you to show you their voice. Now they are confirming to me that even my arithmetic was wrong. 44 security reports, and we are working about. We are finished though. There's nothing left. So, comrades, never. We have decided to provide leadership. Then we can provide leadership and then be followers again. You must assist us change our country. They are going to pound you with all manner of useless narrative. But one truth is constant. The current political leadership has failed us. Yes or no? Yes, yes or no? Yes. So, comrade, no matter the amount of money they will bring, they say we don't have structure. Now we be our structure. People that don't have structure say we want to protest. They then say it's unlawful and illegal. Does a non-structure obey legality? No. If we not get structure, so what is the problem? Allow us now. The musicians say allow us to enjoy ourselves. Allow us to suffer ourselves now. Greatest Nigerian workers. We have when the president was addressing us at the Unity Fountain, he told us that this problem is spread across our tertiary institutions. We have heard from our universities. We will hear a bit from those who train our teachers. The colleges of education president is here. It's the same. They tell us if not the Panadol, not the same thing as Panadol. But right here, even above they serve as Panadol. Because there is nothing left. The colleges of education are even being forgotten. So before you know it, vulcanizers will now be in the Ivory Tower. Then the Ivory Tower people will move to Ghana and Kenya. Will anything be left in Nigeria? So, comrades, let's hear from the president of Asuu, Staff Union. President, you go come nearer where they go see you.
Great Nigeria workers! Great Nigeria workers! A people united! A people united! I bring greetings from all colleges of education in Nigeria, and we are highly appreciative of the idea that brought about this gathering from NLC. We say kudos to our global president. The situation in Nigeria tertiary institutions is the same. It's the same because we are dealing with the same insensitive government. We are dealing with the same government that has willfully neglected tertiary education and most especially teacher education. It is in Nigeria that you discover that even teachers that teach in primary and secondary school cannot allow their children to come to the same school. It is as a result of the willful neglect of teacher education. And we come to the realization that unless we decide to take actions that can actually propel this government that is dumb and dead into action, then we will never be remembered. And that is why, at this particular point in time, we decided to take the bull by the horn by telling this government that not again, we will no longer accept the way we are being treated. And since 10th of June 2022, we have decided to go on strike to press home our demand. And our demand also remains revitalization of colleges of education in Nigeria. In 2017, government came up after the need assessment to say that colleges of education in Nigeria to be properly positioned needed about 465 billion naira for it to be repositioned. And since that time to today, government has not released a dime to any college of education in Nigeria. Our colleges are in a sorry state, and we can no longer go to classroom to teach our students. And we say we can no longer do this. And the same thing happens when government decided to impose the draconian, the satanic IBBIS on teachers and staff in college of education. As we speak today, more than 1,794 lecturers in our colleges have not as a result of the evil at IBBIS. And we are saying no to IBBIS, and we have looked at the situation whereby tertiary institutions, we should be able to have our own platform as developed by Asuu, which is UTAS, for us to be able to make our payment and for this to be able to go for us. And that will make our position, and we know that unless we continue to make this government to be accountable, and unless we continue to make this government to see reason why teacher education should be revitalized, so that we will be able to train our students, our children, and they become children that we are proud of, and we'll be able to be proud of our teacher education, then we have not started. And I can assure you, this is the only point in Nigerian history. We will not come here again together if we have decided to make this once and for all and total, and to make sure that this government is accountable and make our students to go back to school in the next few days. Thank you. God bless you. And you can continue.
Please, two Bosa for Comrade President of Asuu. Well, comrades, we are moving gradually to when we will hear from the people who have come to see. Then I want to appreciate, because what they don't understand is that the NLC covers
every sector, strata, and nook and cranny of our country. Right here with us, I can see the president of NUPEC. When they used to say, when NUPEC sneezes, the country catches cold. Comrade president of NUPEC, just wave to them, let them know what the packer time has seen. Comrades, I also have seen the president of the Construction Workers Union, Comrade Steve Okoro. They are the ones that built this thing. Our NAC members are here. The gentle giant has been moving with us gently. Deputy President of NLC and immediate past President of Road Transport Workers Union in Nigeria. Comrade Najim Yashin is here. Comrade, wave to them. So, when they are looking for Ayuba to eat, if they choose Ayuba, they can't choose the remaining people behind him. Alright, so let them know. The irony is NLC presidency is made up of 6-footers. Now for our own side, where protein come finish. Our own height come there not smaller. Another deputy president of NLC, immediate past president of construction workers, Comrade Amechi Asuu, another 6-footer. Come Amechi. All these people went to public school, none of them go private school. So they know how you are feeling. And family is not the problem because their own children go public school. That's why you never see their picture for internet. They never graduate. Their pikin still in Nigerian school, they get house. My own pikin, they wait. But did they save my money? They postponed the food there. You know, in our JAM process, you either feel for university, or you feel for college of education, or you feel for what? Or you feel for what? When I know they talk, I'm strong, because I know say everybody here either feel Ada, Yaba, Enugu, Calabar, all the police. So when I talk, you call I'm strong. The other leg of our tertiary institution is what? Is what? Sometimes, you know, when young students want they say, I so maybe you don't know, say, I don't enter I don't enter pool. The head of the workers union in the polytechnics will now tell us, I know they like this thing, because tales of woe. Are there hypertensive people here? No. Anybody that is hypertensive? No. I know we have Nigeria Union of Nurses here, so we can always take care of you. The vice president of the Polytechnic Union. Okay, now my injection. I don't look for injection. Now the poly president, I want to address us, but I was looking for NAM president to be sure that those that this thing has started impacting on their blood pressure will get some treatment. So a little bit of sometimes I can act as native doctor. If you have pure water, it helps to bring down blood pressure. Drink pure water. When you are drinking it, face the sun. So, Comrade President of Asuu. That's my point.
Greatest Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian workers! Irrepressible Nigerian workers! I cannot be intimidated Nigerian workers! Greatest Nigerian students! Greatest Bosa! Greatest Gaga! Greatest I want to salute the global president of the working class in Nigeria, our comrade president Asuu, for leading this historic gathering at this time. A lot has already been said by different senior leaders across the 3 tiers of tertiary education in Nigeria. And I can tell you that the story is the same. Where we are currently as a nation is an indictment on political leadership of this country over the years. The Nigerian Polytechnic system has as its primary mandate the responsibility of skill-based education. And the poster of the failure in the delivery of this mandate is seen in the importation of artisans in the manufacturing sector and the construction industries in Nigeria. One typical example comes to mind. The Dangote refinery is about the biggest investment, private sector investment in the country today. As we speak, every single welder or welding activity in Dangote refinery in Lagos is being executed by Indians imported from outside the country. Meanwhile, in the same Lagos state, we have Yaba College of Technology, the oldest polytechnic in Nigeria, and they have a welding and fabrication department on paper. This is a poster of the level of funding that we have across the Nigerian polytechnic system. In 2014, this government, the Nigerian government, sent out visitation teams on needs assessment the same way they visited the universities and the colleges of education. And after 8 years, not a penny has been released out of over 800 billion uncovered as at that time to address the infrastructure deficit in the Nigerian polytechnic system. My colleagues in the universities and the colleges of education have already mentioned the fact that the renegotiation of our 2010 agreement with the government commenced in 2017. As at that time, we know that the exchange rate between the Nigerian currency and the US dollar was still less than 250 naira. That renegotiation process, as we speak, is still ongoing, endlessly so. And as we speak, we all know that the Nigerian naira has become valueless. That is the kind of condition that lecturers and workers in the Nigerian polytechnic system have been subjected to. The situation in the states are even worse. Of course, the media was awash recently of the situation in Abia State Polytechnic, Aba, where lecturers are old for 36 months. We have a situation in Benue State where all the polytechnics in Benue State are old. The same situation is in Ogun State where all the state polytechnics in Ogun State are old. The same in Osun State where our people in Osun State are old for about 12 months. The same situation is in Plateau State. In Edo State, of course, we have seen one despot who has become a beneficiary of today's current democratic dispensation, deciding that trade unionism should be banned across tertiary institutions in the state. Those are the kind of leaders we have. We are busy complaining about unknown gunmen, but the gunmen in our tertiary education system are very well known to us. These gunmen, they are not carrying guns, they are carrying weapons of deprivation, weapons of hunger, weapons of denial, weapons of lack of integrity all over the place. And as a result, the whole sector is collapsing. It is very important at this time that the National Assembly, so to speak, should rise to the occasion and call to order those who have the responsibility of supervision and regulation in these tertiary institutions. In 2019, in the hallowed chambers of this National Assembly, the Federal Polytechnics Act, as amended, was passed into law, was passed into law, and Mr. President assented to it in June 2019. Unfortunately, as we speak, those who have the responsibility of ensuring that the provisions of that particular act are respected to the letter by practitioners in the sector are today the persons who are the chief violators of that same act. Those who have responsibility for supervision are today those who are busy disrespecting the provisions of the act. And that is why, as we speak, in the Nigerian polytechnic system, the Federal Ministry of Education can wake up and go to the nearest Mr. Biggs eatery and appoint someone a rector. This is the situation in the Nigerian polytechnic system. And as such, again in closing, we want to salute our global president, our comrades from the civil society groups for identifying with the challenges that we have across the tertiary education sector. And I know, and I verily believe that a people united can never be defeated. Aluta continua.
Thank you, Comrade President. Comrades, it's with a heavy heart I want to give you the information I want to give you now. Because sometimes people take respect for granted. We marched peacefully from Unity Fountain to this place. And people are busy there balancing inside air condition because they think we don't have something to do. I will not continue to pretend that I'm calm, because the people who have come to visit are beginning to show some disrespect, and they say respect is reciprocal. We cannot be in the sun and people are in the air condition. Don't tell me they're coming, I want to see them. Greatest Nigerian workers. Those that are sitting over there, come here so we will take a decision here. I don't want any rigging of votes. Come, let's vote here. We'll vote whether to go and participate in plenary or we'll wait here to have a second session. We will count, and after counting for a while, we don't see them, we'll go and participate in plenary. Because let them not think that they are too big to come and talk to us. We told them we're coming, we have come peacefully. Whatever they are plenaring there cannot be better than our students here at home. They have no something. They are criminals. All cannot be criminals. They are criminals. This one. Yes. Yes. If they continue with this trend, they will be for that plenary. Greatest Nigerian workers. We know that nobody gets into there without a vote. No, be so. No. If they need your vote to get there, are they bigger than you? No. Who big pass? Person where they give vote or person where they take? Hand where they give and hand they take. Double challenge. Greatest Nigerian worker. Greatest Nigerian worker. I want to say, I want to yarn, I want to postulate, I want to ejaculate, I want to gesticulate. Greatest for the greatest, for the greatest, for the greatest. Comrades, at this time, I know, I will be handing over the microphone to the vice.
conscious Nigerian workers, great Nigerian students, conscious Nigerian students. Comrades, let me invite you to listen attentively. We are here in the parliament of the Nigerian people.
Yes!
It's a parliament that represents every constituency.
Yes!
It's a parliament that is representative. It's a parliament that will receive our complaint. Everywhere around the world, parliament is supposed to be for the people.
Yes!
They are supposed to enact laws for the people. They are supposed to speak for the people. All of us are from constituency. Is there anybody that is not from constituency? If you are from a constituency, raise your name and shout the constituency. I am from Askira Uba, local government in Borno State. I therefore have a representative here. I am also from a senatorial district. I have my senator here. So same with all of you here. Is that true? So we must listen. On your behalf, comrades, we have written to them also that we'll be here today.
Yes!
We'll be here to lay our complaint of what is happening in the entire education system in Nigeria. I'm sure they are also aware that the university system have been shut down for 5 months. I'm sure they are also aware that it's the children of the working class, the children of the less privileged, and the children of the poor that are actually affected.
Yes.
And I think this is a matter that requires urgent national attention.
Yes.
That is why we had to scale it